Oh, it smells like a mix of diesel and biodiesel. When I say I run biodiesel in this thing, I mean just the 20, the B20, not B100. I don't think this would like that, but I've never tried it. I don't even know where to get B100. Okay, so as you can tell, it is a rainy day. It's perfect for working on the truck. My jacket is soaking wet. I just went to the junkyard to pick up some parts that I think will help make our setup for the vacuum pump, so I can have my power brakes back. So I'll go over here in just a sec of what I've done today. So I've got the parts. I've also got a new alternator. So I'm gonna pop the hood here and show you what I got. This one I paid about 80 bucks for, whereas the last one was I think 40 something. I can't remember exactly. But there it is. I changed the clocking on it because this thing is actually a lot bigger than the 63 amp that I had. What was happening is that because the clocking of it, it was smashing the 2-pin connector into the engine block, and then the power cable was getting caught up in the oil filter, which I probably should invest in a oil filter relocation kit for this thing, and which I want to put right about there somewhere, so that the oil change guys can just be like, bam, done, fill it, done. But anyways, I got it on there. I changed my pulley out. I actually didn't even, I gave him the core when I got the new one, so I got this nice little pulley that I can use for something. That wasn't too bad to change the clocking on it. There's a little hole in the back where you can run a nail or a tool. I ran this size nail through there, and what it did is it held the little contact, the spring-loaded fuckers in there, held them back, and I was able to pull that out without losing them. And it's just 4 little screws. Undid that and then popped it all the way out, switched it around to how I wanted it, and then just reassembled it. And I verified the charge. It's 14.16 volts. So that's what the other alternator is putting out. The other one was a 63 amp. This one here is an 85 amp. So I got a bit of an upgrade. And my wiring here used to get kind of, it's a little dickered there. But yeah, it just wasn't going to work the other way around, so I had to redo the positioning. I like that better because I can get at the plug and stuff and whatnot. So, and it's not rubbing up against the motor. So that's cool. And all the belt positioning's all the same now. I had a lot of water on the belt pulley, so the thing was squeaking like it sounded like a Silverado. It's funny, but it's not a Silverado. So, I think I have a couple of pieces I still need to get in my car, but here's what we got. We got a pulley here. This was a piece of cake. The thing was just like sitting there like this, and I just took it off, set it aside in my bag. And then I did have to undo some bolts on an older, it was a brick nose truck, but it was the carbureted one. I think it was an 86 or something like that. I can't remember. But I needed this aluminum piece, because what this is going to do is he's going to go right about here, and we're going to get a longer bolt, just like this one, but longer, to hold this down. And this will get pretty solid once it's locked down. And what it'll do, I should probably, where's my tripod? I'm going to go grab my tripod so I can show you what I'm trying to do. By the way, total brain fart. I parked the truck in the lawn, and you know how it's all wet and everything? Well, that LSD made this thing walk right out. Didn't even spin the wheels. My Explorer was like right in there, you know, totally it just sat there and spun its wheels. Freaking, I'm backing this thing out. You know, you got less traction when you're backing up, so it's like, whatever. Anyways, what we're trying to do here is we've got this pump, right? And I need this to be mounted like this and spaced out. So this guy here, we'll have to trim maybe ½ an inch to an inch off of him. But he's gonna go right here on this little pivot, okay? He's going to go right about here, and then I'm going to trim it down so that we can line up this pulley with the pump. Oh yeah, so brain fart on this alternator. It is a bigger alternator, and by the way, I got it for an '83 Jeep Cherokee 4.2. This bracket that comes with the Cummins, you'll have to drill it out to allow a little bit of extra slack. So I drilled both holes out and was able to get the bigger bolt down at the bottom to fit in there, and as well as the lower one will be able to go back in. So I had to mill that out and reposition it. It is a bigger alternator, and it just barely fits. So anyways, boop. Yeah. Just take it right off the water pump there. Move to the side. I've been meaning to actually get a new belt because that one's getting a little nasty. I don't know what a good spot this guy is. I want to show you another thing. So we got these things here. This guy I've had for quite some time. Taken from a Chevy. We have a core support for the support. This I'm going to cut in half with the bandsaw and hammer on a little bit. And I'm going to, I think, yeah, two to three pieces. Just this piece will be enough to make a brace to go from here to the pump, and another one down here to the pump, and then you got the center one that will hold it down. So it should be pretty rock solid. This being GM parts, I'm hoping this doesn't rot away in 2 months. So I mean, it's held up so far, but whatever. I'm probably gonna have to just drill this out because I'm gonna use a thing like that, tweak it, hammer it a little bit, and I don't know, figure something out. This is our Cummins fan pulley. This is our Ford. So the ball holes don't quite line up, but if I do this just right, I can just make new holes. This is our Ford pulley. As you can tell, we have a bunch of bolt holes now. I tried seeing if maybe I can enlarge the original ones, but the centering is just way off. So we got it. Yeah, so that one doesn't match up, but we go to the ones that we just drilled. They match up. Now, the other thing is I went a little overboard on those because what I wanted to do is I knew my measurements weren't going to be perfect. I just eyeballed it. Freaking, that one really walked on me, didn't it? So what it is, I just eyeballed it and went ahead and made them larger so that way we can just you know, match them up, and if it doesn't, you know, run out a whole lot, you know, by eye, then we'll lock it down. So we'll kind of have it snug on there and then, you know, work it out. Now I'm going to grab the tape measure and measure the OD or ID of this guy here so I can go get a drill bit for it, because we still need to enlarge this guy here. So we're going to be taking off a bit of material, but basically when we work it down, we're going to have this much material, and we're really only running a pump off of this, so it'll be fine. Let's do it before and after. So before, we are a bit over 1/2 inch. I don't have the easy read one. Where's my easy read? But hopefully this one works out to a number I can read. This one here is a whole inch. So I need a 1 inch. I need a 1 inch drill bit. I don't even know if my drill press can even handle that. Okay, so I got a couple of bolts here. I got this one here. I got this about a 6 inch. It's threading in there. It's a bit tight because it's fresh, but that's perfect. This is I forgot what size this was. It was something. I know it's 20 threads per inch, and it's like an 8mm. That's I think this is a 140, and that's a 160. I can't remember. I got this one here. So I'm just kind of figuring out what's. I just got two, you know. And then basically all this shit cost me like 30 bucks. Because the freaking drill bit is one of those special ones. I gotta make sure I include this on my tax returns next year. So I got this gigantic bit. Hopefully it fits. Yep, it was a 1 inch. 1 inch. So we're gonna be milling out definitely quite a bit of material. Hopefully that will just find its way center, and then I'll just clamp it down. So I'm gonna go take care of that, and then once I get that done, this should just slide on there and I can bolt all that back on and get my belt back on, and then I can start working on mounting that pump. Well, it fits on the hub now. You guys would have laughed at my drill press. It is garbage. So now I'm just going to clean up this mating surface here and kind of deburr it. I got some pretty nasty ones here. Look how clean that hole is. It just wallowed it out, really. But it looks pretty even though. That drill press, so I'm going to junk it. So basically we got everything kind of matches up now. Let's see if we can get our newly drilled holes to match up a little bit. We're a little bit bigger than the fan hub, which is good. So we can kind of move this around, and I can get it to where it's just perfect. And then I can get a belt and mock everything up. So, time to get busy. This will fit. That's a little better. So that fits on that a little bit. So this guy here, this is the Cummins pulley. He's going to go on like so. I'll kind of get the holes lined up. Now I got to find the ones that I want to use, which I can tell already is going to be one of these. Yeah, it just barely fits right in there. I need one of those machinist tools where they have the thing that will latch onto the, you know, any object like what we got here, and I'll let you make whatever pattern, bolt pattern you want. But you know what? I'm pretty happy with that. You know, it's not perfect, but you know what? It's something. So now you see we're probably about what's that, about an inch? So we need to cut off a little bit of that, and then I'll probably just work on it with a sander or something and try and keep it flat. I'll do my best to cut straight, but I don't think it's gonna work. Probably the only thing I would do now is actually make a new, I want to make a little link that's maybe got some hind joints or something where we can adjust the length, so we can kind of push this forward a little bit. But I got enough tension on it where it's not like this. And we got support here, we got our main support, and then this guy here just keeps support that way. So it's not going nowhere, that's for sure. So we got some tension. So the extra bolt I got from taking out of here fits in this pump. That's hilarious. So I do want to when I get maybe we'll use that as well though. I get some materials and some adjustable links. I want to make my own mounts. This is just temporary to get me going with brakes, and I know this kind of gets in the way, but you can use the funnel. So I think we're good. All we need to do now is take this guy here, shove him up on there. So my battery is almost ready to die. I've just been saving it for this. And this thing sounds like a Chevy. And it's got water in the belts. Power brakes, motherfucker. Awesome. We got power brakes. Let's see. Defrost. What if we switch this to vent? Switches over to vent now. Yeah. Yeah, buddy. Proud moment. I'm pretty happy with that. I am using one of the alternator, I think it's an alternator belt from the old V8 setup. Yeah, it's the alternator belt. So I just had this laying around. Decided to use it. So yeah, I would want to make, I think it's pretty good. I would almost want to make another support to pull on it, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how long the belt lasts on there, because going this way it's a little I will see. Let me see if it kicks the belt off. I know I want to make some different mounts, and maybe I'll make another thing here that will come off this and push up here and give it some back and forth support up on this area. Okay, that works.